Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. In the last episode, we came to the Citadel and did a fair number of side quests down in the refugee docks. This episode we're going to be mostly actually off Citadel, but here we have quickly come to the hospital because I want to pick up a quest. Because once again, we're about to do a side quest like one of the N7 ones, and there's something additional we can grab there, but it makes sense to know why we're grabbing it.
There's got to be something. I don't know what Cerberus was packing, but we're going to lose this patient.
Without a new treatment plan, we're stuck, and I can't think of anything beyond what we've already tried.
I know, but I can't think of anything else. Can you?
So they're looking for a treatment plan for a patient in dire need, and then also at the back, this isn't much of a quest, but it's just one of those arguments going on between these two.
Who are we to choose who lives or dies? That's not what we do. We help our patients, all of them.
That's a nice sentiment, but it won't help when we run out of supplies. I've seen this happen in combat before. And we will run out of supplies. Have you seen the projections the administration center made?
I have. The situation is going to get worse. What's your point?
We can't deny the facts. If we prioritize them, some of our patients are in a much better position to survive. If we take care of them first and ration our supplies, we can save some now, and enable ourselves to save more later.
We cannot do that. We swore an oath to help the sick regardless of their economic situations or their places in society. Who are we to choose who lives or dies? That's not what
We're fighting right now to protect the people you're talking about. If you let these people die, that fight is for nothing.
It's not that simple. If we aren't careful about this now, we'll end up losing everyone.
Then we'll find a way. Look, we have more fortunate patients, right?
Yes, and I hate to say it, but the fortunate ones have far better survival odds.
And more credits. So we ask them for donations, to get more supplies, for those without credits.
What? Are you saying what I think you're saying? That's... You know, that actually might work.
I suppose I was about to say spot the game made by Americans, but actually BioWare are a Canadian team, but it's like, what he's describing there is essentially, we can do that through taxes, and it's called socialized healthcare, and most countries in the world other than the US have done that successfully. But it's like, you don't ask the people from better economic means for donations, you take it off them and say, you know what, you've got enough, so you can spare that for others. But I think it's generally a fairly good point about you can't start to make decisions based on kind of who lives or dies. You have to treat every patient that's in front of you as well as you can, rather than making those decisions. That's not for doctors really to make. With that, we've got another couple of missions to pick up before we go off exploring. First off, there's an elcor here. We've not seen elcor much in this game, so as a reminder, they're one of my favourite races, mostly for the manner of their speech. Their speech involves, for them, chemical communication and all sorts of signals that give emotion and mood and stuff like that, and they are worried that other races won't pick up on that properly, so they preface every sentence with a description of the intended tone or emotional state that goes with it, which I love. But if we talk to this elcor here...
Understand. The code of the ancients is the collected wisdom of our people. With overwhelming sadness, it was lost when the Kuna fell. Without it, we lack the guidance we need. With certainty, we need the wisdom of our ancestors in these trying times.
So that gives us Codex of the Ancients, which is one elcor-related mission, but don't worry, there's more elcor content incoming. If we head over to the embassies, there is a second elcor here for us to speak to.
Urgently, human, I must speak to you on behalf of my people.
What is it?
Holding sorrow, the Kuna, my home world, the Reapers have come. Holding sorrow, our warriors are under siege, but your forces can rescue them. Urgently, please. All the other races have turned us aside.
How do your people fight?
Proudly, with VI-assisted infantry. Our soldiers carry heavy weapons into battle mounted on their backs. Mixed pride and shame, our enemies have called us living tanks, as well as names less flattering.
I'll take the Normandy as soon as we have time.
Relief. Thank you, Commander. Small hope. Perhaps we can evacuate some of our civilians when your forces arrive. Anxiously, I will remain here for news. Please hurry. Takuna burns.
So, with that, we've gathered all the missions I want to gather, so we're going to head back to the Normandy first and head down to the medbay. Time to switch up our bonus powers a little bit. So, whilst Energy Drain has been incredibly useful and saved our ass many times over the last couple of episodes, we are done fighting Geth now, because the Geth are good. Well, they're always good, they're on our side, is the point. And so we've no need for Energy Drain, so we've got a lot of other options here from various conversations. So I am going to go for Marksman. Marksman is very handy, and I'll demonstrate it later this episode. But what it basically does is temporarily increases the firing rate, accuracy, and damage of a weapon. So it's actually skill, and normally it's only the warriors, like the soldier class's skill, but it's very handy for a more weapons-based thing, so we'll upgrade it all the way to the full, and we will give ourselves increased accuracy, increased duration, and increased accuracy and firing rate. All very nice. Now, where are we going to go to demonstrate that? Actually, I've actually got some more stuff. I can level up my cryo ammo a little bit. I've never really used cryo ammo, now's probably a good chance to try. Freeze duration or squad mate bonus? Freeze duration. Why not? I'll talk about cryo stuff when I talk about Marksman as well, because I think I will use it. So, let's head to the galaxy map. So, our destination now is the Silean Nebula here, which is, amongst other things, contains the Elcor's home system Takuna, which is why we've got so many Elcor-related missions, but also an N7 mission called Fuel Reactors. Breaks myself for this loud bastard. So, actually before exploring, I'm just going to go and do that mission here, which is in the Clipodon system, which is a brilliant name. Because we've got this planet here, Silean. This garden world's claim to military fame is that it was assaulted repeatedly during the Krogan rebellions, but never occupied by more than Token forces. The Asari cut off the Krogan supply line at the Citadel Relay and drove the invaders out. Today, antimatter generators on the surface and in orbital stations provide fuel for military starships throughout Asari space. The matriarchs defending the planet today have vowed to maintain Silean's legacy. They pledge it will fall to no enemy, organic or synthetic. Let's roll. So, this is just going to be a very combat-heavy mission, so I am going to take James and Ashley with us. And now I want to use this mission to show off the Marksman power to the best of its our abilities. So I am going to bring... That's the wrong one, there's the sniper rifles. I am going to bring the Revenant, and only the Revenant. The Revenant is great with Marksman, and I would just want fast power recharge, quite frankly. So, let's roll. Levels-wise, Ashley, we can give Concussive Shot the next level. James, let's level up his class power. Arms Master, we want power damage and squad mate health and shield, or his own stuff. Give stuff to me. And as for me, I'm all fully leveled up. And yes, I have absolutely color coordinated our look at outfits. That's exactly the kind of shit I'd pull. Let's land.
Shepard, about 72 hours ago, the reactors at adjoining Turin-Asari fuel depot went offline. Scans of the station are cold. It's deserted.
What happened to the troop station there?
Unknown, but no fuel means no fleet presence in this theater. The enemy will operate unchecked. I need you to get in there, find out what's going on, and get those reactors back online. Captain Riley's on site doing preliminary recon. She leads one of our top engineering teams.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Admiral.
Good, hack it out.
Commander, Corporal Nyrek reporting. Captain Riley is on point waiting for you.
So, I would recommend doing what I am doing here before. Speaking to Captain Riley, which is pick up a chest plate there, and then there is... Where is it? There's something else useful around here. I don't know why I'm talking like William Shatner. There's a data pad here with a medical treatment plan in it.
Treatment plan for chemical burns. This is pretty detailed.
So, with that, I just want to set up weapons right. So, everyone on their Revenants, wonderful. Ashley, Disruptor Ammo, why not? James, Concussive, no, Concussive anything, Incendiary, and me, Cryo Ammo. And then I want to make sure that Marksman is set onto RB. Wonderful, let's roll. So, Captain Riley is...
Toxic radiation cutting access to most of the grid. Survival in hotspots, not possible.
That's not Captain Riley. Here's Captain Riley. Oh, she's also wearing a death mask. Ah, death mask buddies.
Captain Riley? Commander, it's an honor.
Commander, Captain Riley has me scanning the facility. It's a dual reactor system, so you'll have to break up into 2 teams.
Roger that.
The fuel rods for both reactors need to be unlocked before we can initiate a restart. Your route is blocked. Captain Riley's man is working to clear the obstacles.
Understood, Lieutenant.
Got it, Captain.
Good work, Coslow. I'll take it from here. Ready your team to hit Reactor 2, Captain. Got it. We'll cover you till you're clear.
Our goal is a fuel rod down there, but if we hop into that green goo... Oh, bloody hell. That fired up way quicker than I was expecting. So, to proceed ahead here, we need to move these boxes, and we have a little crane game that does it for us here. So what we need to do is move it first to the right, then drop it, then bring the crane back.
Just stay sharp, people.
Pick up again. It's not even a puzzle, this. Bring it all the way to the right, and drop it. I said drop it. There we go. And that's blocked the way behind us, but opened the way ahead of us. James appears to be potentially stuck there.
I have a visual on the fuel rod control, but radiation is blocking access.
Same situation here. I'll find a way to vent the area.
So, I'm looking for something, because there is some cash around here. Oh, have I... There you go. Spare parts to be salvaged. Wonderful. And with that, we can try and vent the nasty radiation from the area. It's not that control panel, it's this one.
This looks like ventilation control.
Should do the trick.
Radiation clearing. Console now accessible.
Let's unlock those fuel rods.
Yeah, because you can just blow away radiation like that. That's how that works. With that, though, as they say, the radiation has been blown away, which is wonderful. So we can get down and unlock the fuel rods at this point. There's also PDA down here for $3 grand.
Fuel rods unlocked here. Wait a minute.
Commander, Captain, tracking movement in your areas.
Defensive positions. Enemy inbound.
We're ready for them.
So, this that you're seeing here is how the Revenant normally fires. Even with its stabilizers on, it does wiggle around quite a lot. With Marksman enabled, this is how it fires. Oh, balls, that wasn't Marksman, that was Sabotage. With Marksman enabled, this is how it fires. It fires in very fast way. Fires in very fast way, good. Wow! Man, I'm terrible at demonstrating that. Also, why am I all shiny? Right, let's try that again. Why am I so stupid? Basically, I guess it's not so easy to see. I'm basically fighting the recoil on this to kind of keep it steady, but I don't necessarily actually have to do that. With Marksman on, I can just fight against it so much more easily. That was not a good time to reload. There you go. So we basically have an ice cannon at this point, which is very nice. You can see that the rate of fire is massively dialed up. Oh, bloody barrier engine up there. Let's see if we can take that out. And it's just a lot more accurate as well. Not that you have to particularly ever worry about accuracy with... Oh, that's a fucky husk. With a kind of marksman-fueled weapon, just because you can always... you can basically just blast the area, and it's pretty much all right. With that done, I think... Oh, no, there's a Marauder up here. Well, let's... Oh, why not keep bloody... expecting it to be an LB. It's an RB. Also, it's playing the Overlord music here, which is slightly unusual. And also, this is the only one of the N7 missions in which you fight Reaper enemies. The other ones are all Cerberus, and it's nice that it's been ages since we've had to fight Cerberus. Cryo ammo, as you can see, explodes shit as well, which is fun.
One casualty, but we're clear here.
Warning. Coolant leaks detected. Reactors 1 and 2. System restart impossible.
I can see it. You'll both have to seal all the moderator tanks.
I see the Reactor 2 tanks moving to seal.
Cool, so now we just need to seal these tanks. Enemies have stopped. The enemies in this mission come in very clear waves, usually when you do something.
Patching seems to be working. Only one more to go here.
And let's seal the second tank.
Commander, the core is stabilized. Reactivation can go ahead.
Riley, you in position?
Affirmative. Awaiting your word.
Initiating restart.
Commander, Captain, I'm reading a lot of movement. Headed your way.
Incoming!
Lock and load!
So, once again, we'll see a fair wave of husks coming in. They've got another barrier engine over there, which I'm going to try and That didn't do what I expected, but it worked still. You'll notice, yeah, you can slow down with cryo ammo. You can slow down their movements, and also it stops them from regenerating health properly, which matters kind of a bit when you've got marauders on the field, which can heal husks annoyingly well. Wow, that barrier engine took a hell of a lot of hits. Because you notice, yeah, the marauders putting that goo on them there, which makes them, which basically regenerates health for them. But you can't do that if they're frozen, which is nice. And I'm just, yeah, the recharge on marksman is very quick. And you can see, yeah, it's a very, even on a mad weapon like the Revenant, it's a very steady stream of bullets. Oh, and I'm in a rough way here. Oh, right, okay, this is a bad time to reload. Ash, can you use an Inferno Grenade to just clear the way? And James, use a Frag Grenade. Yep, that bought me the moment I needed. Wonderful. So you notice the spread now that my marksman has run out is much wider, whereas if I fire up the wrong bloody power again, I'm tempted to switch him, but then I'm sure I'll have got used to it when it's no longer switched. He's having a rough time. Yeah, a couple of these cryo bullets can really slow a husk down quite nicely. And there's another marauder, so let's not got much actually against him anymore. You see, that's the issue with getting rid of energy drainers. We aren't so good against shielded enemies, but also we just don't face them in shielded enemies. There we go. Oh, now we're rinsing again. Wonderful. So many marauders. It's not on, is it? Not on. Oh, wow. I'm actually not doing great for ammunition. I mean, I'll be fine, don't get me wrong. Oh. Yeah, it does make the Revenant a hell of a lot of fun to use, because she's just basically firing a continuous stream. And for anything like ammo powers, Marksman is fantastic on a high rate of fire weapon, because you just have so many chances to apply the effect from that. I can see someone around here. Oh, there's a marauder hiding up there. Yeah, something that's got a chance to freeze or stun or something like that. You've just got a ton of chances to apply that effect. There he is. Oh, fine. I've done the thing on him. Sabotaged him. Nah, I'm going to swap that actually, because I keep getting it wrong. So that needs to go onto RB, and then that goes onto LB. And then let's fire up Disruptor ammo for a change. I think I do prefer it.
Overrun. Position indefensible. We're not going to make it.
Hold tight. One of my people is coming.
Roger that.
Ash, you're on.
You got it.
Oh, brute. That's brute. So, let's use James. Oh, he's got a bloody barrier on it. Oh, I didn't mean to use a sticky grenade. Fine, let's use a damn sticky grenade. Right, they've got barrier engines in there, which is problematic, but let's just fire out cover and do what we can. You can see here how much we can just really wreck them with the Revenant with Marksman on it. We've pretty much stopped that brute dead, which is very handy. Let's kill this guy. Yeah, the Disruptor is also really nice on this, because it basically means you have an electric stream.
Can't raise Captain Riley.
What about Ash?
Nothing, Commander. No one's answering my hails. But I'm tracking some movement toward the pickup point. Finalize the restart, then we can rendezvous there.
Will do.
So we now need to finalize the restart. This is just a many little stages in this mission here by whacking this.
Restart is complete.
Reactor fully powered and operational, Commander.
I feel like we shouldn't have just been able to walk through that. But there's the weirdly anticlimactic end to the mission. We've done it and that's it. It feels like we should have to do a bit more fighting, but I guess that brute is the final boss and everyone's just here.
Commander, you saved our asses. My team is in your debt.
Quite why it takes one of your team off you there is a little unclear to me. But hey, that's it. Another one of the weirdo little N7 missions. Let's head back to the Normandy and debrief.
Job well done. Report back to the shuttles.
Good work down there, Shepard. Without that depot, the entire theater would be at risk.
What are the odds the Reapers will be back?
I'm allocating a task force to maintain and defend the facility. If the Reapers come back, we'll be ready. I read Captain Riley's report. It says she and her team wouldn't have made it without you.
I'm glad I could help.
I'll keep you posted on new developments. Hack it out.
So, with that, we are still in the system, and we've still got those elcor-related tasks to do. So let's head back to the galaxy map. And now we can explore, well, we could have anyway, but now we are going to explore the wider Silean Nebula. So we're going to start off to the left here to the Loropi system. We've got two things to scan here. One is, well, there's actually some wreckage marked here. The The Asari once had enormous solar collectors around the bluish-white AOV star Lorope, using the star's considerable heat to create antiprotons for military starship fuel. Now all that can be detected is scrap. Reapers emerged from dark space near the Silean Nebula cluster and established a front in Lorope's system. The Asari fleet that guarded what used to be known as their Spota station cannot be found. It is scattered and destroyed. One can only hope that the backup reactors in the Clipodon system do not fail, or the Asari fleet will have precious little fuel. And hey, those are those reactors we just fixed. But near here is a little bit of fuel. But the main thing that we are interested in is a sneakily hidden planet, because it's not this planet here. There's actually a planet out here in what appears to be an asteroid belt, Yasilam. And if we scan it, Yasilam is a minor rock planet that has not quite cleared the ring of debris at the edge of Lorope's orbits. It's one of the definitions for a planet is that it has to have basically cleared its orbit of all other crap, which is one of the reasons used to declassify Pluto. It is believed to be an extrasolar capture. For several centuries, Yasilam supported a succession of mining colonies, first iridium, then titanium, and finally light metals like bauxite and alumina, even. I thought bauxite was aluminium more. This planet was abandoned long before the Reaper invasion, but it has some useful crap for us on it here. There we go, an Armali sniper unit. That's Armali is a planet on city on Thessia, the Atari homeworld, I think, but Asari snipers basically. Anyway, up next in Nahuala, which sounds great, we have another 2 scans. So we have around here, I think. Yeah, there is some wreckage. And then we have this planet here, which is Haitiana. Haitiana serves as a bastion of research for the Asari, boasting multiple military observation outposts, glacial drilling stations, and educational institutions. While the planet's average temperature hovers near freezing, the equatorial band contains oceans and freshwater rivers. Xenobiologists of all stripes often visited the planet's expensive facilities were a haven for the life sciences. The Reapers destroyed Haitiana's spaceports and its uniformed defense forces. As with other Asari planets, the Reapers forced the heavily biotic population to surrender through threats of massive retaliation, rather than by assault by the husks alone. And there is also something for us to find on here, which is a Ceres Guard. Also a city on Thessia, and also an armory, oh dear, an armory in Mass Effect 1, because there's Armali Council and Ceres Council as well. They're in this one as well, that's I remember mostly from Mass Effect 1. Next, the Fontes system. This is the Elcor's home system. And so we've got 3 things here. We have got around here-ish, where is it? No, it's not. It's between these ones here is... Oh, that was very close. There is some wreckage with fuel, there we go. And our bit of interest here is Decuna. So Decuna is the Elcor homeworld, and then it's got a moon around it here. You want to position yourself so you can scan both, because they both have useful stuff in them. We'll start on Decuna. The Elcor homeworld Decuna overflows with natural resources, protected by law from large deposits of precious metals to vast forests. The Elcor themselves live in rich grasslands near the equator. The majority of Decuna's settlements are tucked within this belt, as the conservative Elcor feel little desire to build outside of their comfort zone. Their twin capitals are for migrations from the wet season to the dry season, a tradition made obsolete by modern technology, but still observed. After the destruction of the Elcor navy, Reapers moved to ground troops to occupy their cities. This has taken longer than most civilized worlds, as the Elcor have spread out into smaller, distant settlements, reflecting their preference for close-knit family communities instead of densely packed cities. It's interesting as well, they don't really mention it here, but oh, it'll be on the bottom here. Surface gravity 4G, so that's pretty high, which is why the Elcor are big, bulky creatures, because they have to move around under 4 times Earth gravity, which is why I'm surprised that stuff like Husks and the Reaper forces can just apparently wander around fine on Decuna. But anyway, here we are after Codex of the Ancients, and there it is. Sorry, Code of the Ancients. There's various codes and codexes and stuff. We also want to scan the moon. Oh, the Reapers have come. Dear me. The first mission to Ultan, Decuna's moon, was a century in the making. Elcor leaders felt resources for space travel could be better used on their homeworld, and it took decades of persuasion to secure project funding. Archaic harvesting stations that recovered helium-3 from the moon's regolith, soil, were still functioning when the real Reapers invaded, and the Elcor stationed there were able to flee the system. And from here we can get an Elcor flotilla. Wonderful, and let's hopefully we can get out of the system before the Reapers. Oh, there's actually quite a lot of them. They're doing the old pincer maneuver on me. Out we go. Wonderful. One more system to deal with here, which is Teoilia in the top right. So here we've got a couple of things to scan. We have right out here.
Found something.
not an easy one to find, that is a bit of fuel. This basically, fuel is kind of money. If you could avoid spending fuel, then you've essentially saved money. Not that fuel is particularly expensive in this game. And then we want to try and, I think, scan both of these at the same time. So that would be about here. Oh, nailed it. So, first of all, we've got Nevos here, first discovered by Asari pioneers in 430 CE. Nevos is home to a vibrant garden planet. That's about the same time that Rome was founded on Earth. Oh no, it wasn't. That was BCE. 430 CE is like early Christianity, really. Not much happening in Europe at that point. Nevos is a vibrant garden planet. Nebula. I've completely cocked that up. Let's try that from the top. First discovered by Asari pioneers in 430 CE, Nevos is a vibrant garden planet and home to a thriving Asari colony. Sandy beaches and romantic twin moons fuel a bustling tourism economy, while practical and secretive corporate matters are handled in spiraling arcologies built along towering cliffs. Though it has been colonized for centuries, Nevos feels like a frontier away from regulation and oversight. Consequently, a number of influential political lobbies have established sizable presences on the planet. And here we have... Oh, that's very handy. It's right next to where I started. That gives us the Rings of Elune. We've had that mission for a while. I think someone in the hospital gave it to us a while ago. But also at the same time, I managed to pick up the scan of this one. Quirisia. That's a great one. A typical hydrogen-helium gas giant. Quirisia serves as a naval resource for fuel gathering and magnetic field discharge. The planet is surrounded by a band of 7 moons that form the Necklace, a reference to a legendary jewel owned by an ancient Asari queen for which Quirisia was named. Quirisia's orbit places it within the system's frost line, where gas giants usually do not form. For this reason, the planet is believed to be an extrasolar capture. The alternative, that its orbit is decaying, is a horrifying prospect to the tourism and immigration boards of Nevos, since they would eventually be in the plan of the gas giant's path. I cocked up that last sentence, but you knew what I was going for. And from here we get... money. Always nice to have, definitely. We are going to end off by... we'll return to the home system. And then... I don't want to return any of these side quests yet. That will be for next episode. Let's go down and finish off the Medigel quest that we started last time by having a conversation with Dr. Chuckwess.
You always pull through, Commander. We've received the supplies from Tactus.
Everything good?
Indeed. We've acquired some very useful equipment. As such, I've been able to enhance the effectiveness of our Medigel delivery systems. I've also collated information that Liara may find of interest. Check with Glyph.
Let's actually do exactly that, because we've now got Medigel and efficiency increase, which just means we heal more per unit Medigel spent, which is nice as we get into some of the harder missions now. And I don't need to go upstairs. Liara's office is right over here. I was about to say, going to cut to it, and was going to go upstairs, both of which would have been wrong. So let's open up here.
Have we heard from Agent DeTrace yet?
She has not reported in for over 8 hours, Doctor.
She was stationed on Valchir when the Reapers invaded. I think we can assume what happened. Inform Agent Calamus he's now in charge of reporting Reaper activity past the Loas relay. The Migrant Fleet and the Geth warships have joined Admiral Hackett. Thanks for coming by.
Well, thanks for that illuminating conversation, just reminding me what happened. Here we have medbay surgery, which means we can either give ourselves a health bonus or we can heal scars. Much like in Mass Effect 2, this game has a system whereby the more of a dick you are, the more your scars from your implants from when Cerberus rebuilt you start to turn you hideous. You can actually just remove those entirely, but we don't have any scars because we're a great, brilliant person, so I'll take the health bonus. Thank you very much. With that, we are going to end it here. So we have... we've restarted the fuel reactor on Silean, as well as rescued some elcor from various places and picked up a couple of artifacts. Next episode, we'll be going back to the Citadel, dropping all of that off, and having some chats with people around the Citadel once again. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.